Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So here we are on a Tuesday, which means it's time for another box of my inherited movie collection. And today we are looking at box number 10. But this is a gigantic, you know what, let me just show you. You can kind of see it there. It doesn't do it justice, but let me just tell you, this is a giant box. And so this is going to be a two-parter. So I did open it to see how it was laid out. And it looks like there might be one of those Arizona iced tea boxes on the top and then maybe a layer of movies on the bottom. So my thought is we'll just do the top layer. That'll be part one. And then next Tuesday, we'll do the bottom layer. So, the only thing this does, of course, is extend this series out a little bit longer, which according to feedback from comments you guys have been leaving, I don't think that's a bad thing. This is one of my favorite videos to film, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So thank you for coming back to these each and every week. So today we are looking at a big old box, a big old chewy box, just for those keeping score at home. And we're going to do half of it and see what I have here. So before we do jump into this box though, let's take a look at the stats from last week's box really quickly. So box number 9 was a little bit lighter than we'd seen recently. There were 58 total, and 22 of them were kept. 2 of them ended up going into a binder, which I think was different from when I ended it last week. I don't remember which one went into, oh, you know what? I think one of them, the disc was bad, which was interesting because somebody asked me the other day, how many of these discs are bad? And honestly, none of them at that point. But then there was this one that didn't have an actual box. It had an old family video box instead, and that disc was bad. There was a whole ring around the outside. So yeah, that one just got tossed. But anyway, so 22 kept, 2 going into a binder, and then 34 of them are in my donate/trade pile, whatever I end up doing with those. So that means that 37.93% of them were kept, 3.45% in binders, and 58.62% ended up going in the trade pile. So you can see we are doing pretty well. Over 50% of them, it looks like exactly 51%, are either kept or in a binder, and then 49% are being donated/sold away. So that's not bad at all, and I imagine, like I said earlier, those numbers will probably maintain here as we go. I don't know what I'm going to do now that I'm going to split up these last 3 boxes, if I'll do box 10A and box 10B or what, but who knows. Stay tuned. You guys probably don't even care. It's just for my stats anyway. But anyway, guys, yeah, so let's do this. I'm excited to see what the heck is in this giant box. So if you guys do enjoy this video though, please give it a like down below. That really helps me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my inherited movie collection, box number 10, part 1. I don't know if you guys remember, but last week I complained about my water and how I had the open container. Well, I again have an open container because turns out we are out of bottled water. At least we were out of cold bottled water when I went to start filming tonight. So I have an open container. I did bring down a napkin to place on top of it though, but now it's sitting underneath me. So the open container sitting underneath me with this box of movies, it's a bad combination. I'm dumb, but alas, here we go. All right, so I think I have the box open as best I can. Unfortunately, this is going to be in frame. I apologize for that. This thing is too giant. I have it on this very unsturdy little dinner table, and it's too big to move around too much. But anyway, let's just start here. The first one up is Slither. So this is in widescreen, fortunately. So this is a movie I've heard a ton about over the years, but honestly, I don't think I ever sat down and watched it. I know it's going to be a gross little creature feature, and I believe I think this one was released by Scream Factory, but I don't know if I ended up picking this one up or not. And maybe I don't know if it's Scream Factory or not, but I think it is on Blu-ray. And I do own this one. I own it on DVD as well. So it looks like I own this exact version of it. So Slither will go into the trade pile, but really cool one nonetheless. So it's a good way to start. So let's see what else we have here. Ocean Park. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and to some people it's a whole lot more. Okay, there's a guy tied to the pier there. Alexandra Wilson, Kenneth Hughes. Looks like it might be a murder mystery from Blue Laser Films. If you like this movie, check out the other Blue Laser Films. Okay, so this is familiar. I have some others that I either kept or traded that are from this same company. This would be one I have to replace the disc on, but honestly, this one, just like, if you can see the screenshots there, it looks pretty terrible, so I think I'm going to go ahead and trade that one away. Doesn't grab me. We're just going to move on. Oh, we have Gillian Anderson here and Danny Dyer in Closure. So this is a solid psychological thriller. So obviously from X-Files, Gillian Anderson, I really like her. What year is this? Directed by Dan Reed. I don't see a year on this. 2007. So I'd never heard of this one before, but I don't know. It looks kind of interesting. I really like that Gillian Anderson is in this, so I will probably hold on to this one. I'm going to hold on to Closure and see what that one is all about. Then we have Rise of the Foot Soldier. So this sounds like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's not. Based on the shocking true story, Hooligan Gangster Legend. It is in widescreen. So I'm intrigued because it's based on a true story. The story of one man's rise to power as one of the most feared and respected criminals in the country. Goodfellas Comes to Essex, directed by Julian Gilby from 2007 as well. I don't know. Is this one any good? Have you guys heard of this one? I'm inclined to hold on to this one. I'm gonna put it in the keep pile. If I end up getting rid of it after I look up more about it, then so be it. But I'll put it in the keep pile for now. Oh, look at this. We have another one. Closure. The exact same movie. I guess I will check out which one looks like they look identical from the outside, which is hilarious. So I'll have to look at the discs and see if there's one better than the other. So I will keep one and get rid of the other one of Closure. Oh, we have a thin case here. Dennis Hopper in Mad Dog Morgan, based on the true life story of the infamous Australian outlaw Daniel Morgan. Interesting. So I'm intrigued because it's Dennis Hopper, but it is in full frame. So I think I'll donate that one away. All right, we're getting dust. My goodness, the amount of dust on this one is nuts. Anyway, this is Heights with Glenn Close. James Marsden is in this. Ebert and Roper give it 2 thumbs up. Looks like maybe a thriller of some sort. Legendary superstar who's attracted to Alec. A struggling young actor, blah, blah, blah. Self-absorbed photographer. A British journalist assigned to interview his famous lover's ex-flames. These 5 very different people meet, connect, and resolve their relationships in this wonderfully acted, intelligently written, directed drama. One of the best of the season. So it's based on a Scottish play. So that alone has me intrigued given my background. So I think I'm going to hold on to this one. Sounds kind of intriguing, and the fact that it's based on a play just is cool. So I'm going to hold on to Heights. Glenn Close is amazing in this, apparently, according to that poll quote. So hold on to that one. Some weird movies in this one. We have The Tenant with Dylan McDermott and Snoop Dogg. Worlds Apart and Right Next Door. Life is never as simple as black and white. Oh my goodness. So he is in this vacant Brooklyn apartment. He is a writer, a struggling novelist. But now he's got company. A militant African-American wannabe writer has moved in. Okay. I don't, like... This just looks kind of ridiculous, but Snoop Dogg is in it and Dylan McDermott, so like that sounds intriguing to me. I'm gonna hold on to it. It just sounds kind of interesting. Again, if you guys know anything about that one, let me know. It's just intriguing to say the least, so I'll hold on to it. Oh, this one I am definitely holding on to. This is Blood Monkey. In the jungle, no one can hear you scream. Directed by Robert Young. Presented in a format preserving the aspect ratio of its original television production. So that's great. Wonderful cover. And yes, please, I am absolutely holding on to Blood Monkey. Get some of the dust off of that there. But wow. All right. And then we have Succubus Hellbent. So this is a movie that I recognize for some reason. It's either on like a multi-pack that I have already, or maybe it was on a multi-pack that I was looking at picking up from Hamilton Book, maybe? I don't know. I have to look and see if I have this one, but this looks intriguing enough, for me at least. I don't know about you, but it is in anamorphic widescreen, so that's good. Let me see if I have this one already. It has Gary Busey in it, and Lorenzo Lamas as well. Let me see if I have this one yet. And I don't, so I will be holding on to Succubus Hellbent, and we'll see what this one is about. Did I show the back of that one? Yeah, it looks like a heck of a lot of fun. Probably going to be just terrible, but that's all right. It looks good enough. Ooh, and then we have Knock Knock. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of dust on these. Okay, Knock Knock. Either I had or I have the sequel to this one, Knock Knock 2, because I remember the sequel being at Family Video when I worked there, and I am fairly certain I have it, but it might be one that's like not in my collection app. It might just be in my binder, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you if I have the sequel or not right now. But either way, I don't have the original because I was never able to find it. So Knock Knock will definitely go in the collection. This looks just awesome. Answering the Door will never be the same. Delivers everything a slasher fan could want, according to Fangoria. So, yes, please. That is great. Oh my. This looks awesome. Berserker, another one just super gross at the top. But this is Berserker, Hell's Warrior. Like, oh my gosh. It's in full screen presentation, but something tells me that's probably the original aspect ratio. This just looks insane to me. I have to check this one out more and see if that was its original aspect ratio. So Berserker, Hell's Warrior, that's going to be our first one for the maybe pile today, and that looks like a ton of fun. Okay, we have a couple more slim cases here, a few more it looks like. So this one is brand new. This is Molly and Lawless John with Gone with the West with James Caan. Sounds like the disc was moving around there a second ago. I will just donate that one. We have Patrick Dempsey. JFK Reckless Youth. Another one that looks like it was from like the Dollar Tree way back when. That one I will... Okay, I was not even sure if there was anything in there, but there is. I'll donate that one. And then Peter O'Toole and Alexandra Powers in The Seventh Coin. One Girl, One Boy, An Unforgettable Journey. Another one in full frame. I don't think this one looks very intriguing. I don't know anything about it, but if you guys do, let me know. But otherwise, that one will be donated as well. And moving along here, we have Planet Terror. I love this movie. I will never forget watching the Grindhouse double feature. We went to, we were from City A, but in City B, a few, 15, 20 minutes south of us, they had this amazing, there was actually two amazing theaters, and they played, these movies there. Like, Grindhouse was playing there, and they were in comfortable seating, which, when I was in high school, having all these seats that, recline and are super comfortable was not common. And so we would go to the city, we watched this movie, and it was amazing. I love the trailers in between the movies. Planet Terror, just the Grindhouse double feature is fantastic. I love it with Planet Terror and Death Proof. But I do own the Planet, what am I trying to say? The Grindhouse double feature on Blu-ray already, so I will donate that one, which I did put it in the wrong pile, so I'll fix that. And then we have Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. I don't think I have this one, unless it came in my Eddie Murphy pack, which honestly it actually might have, now that I'm thinking of it. So let me just see if I have it, because this is one that I've always heard great things about, and yes, I do have this one already, thanks to that Eddie Murphy pack I got on Black Friday. So I don't need this one, but I need to watch this because it's one that I've heard really good things about, and it just looks like a fun movie. I love Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, so I will probably like it when I get around to it. Ooh, The Babysitters, a female inversion of Risky Business. So this is a cover that always stuck in my head for kind of obvious reasons there. But I've never seen this one before, but I've always been interested in it. I never ended up renting it from Family Video when I worked there. I feel like I remember seeing this one at Blockbuster, but that could be wrong. Well, 2007, yeah, so they were still Blockbuster. But I just never rented it. And so now I can put it in my collection, and I will eventually watch this at some point, assuming that this is in the proper aspect ratio, and it is, so that's cool. So it says The Babysitters Club, This Ain't. So I want to say it's these women or these girls take she takes her babysitting service to a whole other level, and I think we're gonna know where it goes from there. So sounds really interesting, just right up my alley. Definitely excited that this one was in this box. So now I can finally watch The Babysitters with John Leguizamo, and I am so excited about this next one. I love this stupid movie. So this is another one just super nostalgic to me. Obviously, I've been a big wrestling fan my entire life, and so when this one came out, it was just a big deal, and so I had to go see it in theaters. I loved it then. I actually recently just bought the Blu-ray of it and its sequel, which I still have to watch, but the original I watched again, I don't know, a few months ago, and I thought it was actually surprisingly good. Like, the opening sequence is like, oh my god, what am I getting into? But then as the movie goes on, it just gets really fun. It is just a well-done slasher film. I think Kane, or Glenn Jacobs, I think is great in this, and it's, like I said, just very nostalgic, but I do own it, so that one will be traded off. But yeah, love seeing that movie in here. Like, what a fun ad. Ooh, yes! This is awesome. Dragon Wars D-War. Oh, you know what? Did I pick this one up recently? So let me tell you why I know about this movie. The reason I know about this one is because it is available, or it was available on Hamilton Book for super cheap on Blu-ray. And so it had been in my cart, but I wasn't sure about it. I think I watched or checked Letterboxd for some reviews, and I want to say it was maybe Miranda from her channel actually noted somewhere. Maybe I'm making that up, but the reviews on it were actually better than I expected. This actually had a theatrical release when it came out, and I don't have it in my collection app, at least from a quick look. So I am absolutely holding on to this one. This just looks fun and has both widescreen and full screen on here. So this is An Ancient Evil Awakens, and it just, like, look at the cover, you can tell what this is. But what's cool about it is that these dragons are like attacking a modern day society. So it's not, set back when, it is set today, which is just awesome. Like, I am so happy this was in there, and I cannot wait to check this one out. Dragon Wars, D-Wars, an awesome one for the collection. Oh, and then we have Ghostbusters 2. This is actually a really cool cover. I've never seen this one before. I don't recognize this cover, at least, but I do own both of these on Blu-ray, so I don't need this one, but just an intriguing cover. So Ghostbusters 2, another one for the trade pile. And then we have, a Clint Eastwood collection, Where Eagles Dare, with Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood. So this is one directed by Elliot Kastner. Honestly, I don't think I have this one, but I do have a few Eastwood collection, or like a few Eastwood films, and so it's possible. So let me just double check real quick. And no, I do not have this one. So as long as this is in, it is in widescreen, so that's good. Another snapper case. Speaking of Miranda here, so this looks like a good one for the collection. Another Clint Eastwood movie is always fun to add. I love Clint Eastwood as an actor, I should say. And then we have Jurassic Park, the OG Jurassic Park. Still just an amazing movie. Unfortunately, this is in full screen, which doesn't matter because I do own that one in the 4K collection, so I will get rid of that. All right, so that is, yes, 1/3 of the way done here, and it does look like there was an Arizona iced tea box in here. So we're 1/3 of the way done. So while I was paused there, I went back and just double checked my app, and I do have this one. I really thought I picked it up relatively recently, and I actually did. I picked it up on Blu-ray, of all things. But it might be in a pile over there that I have not yet showed, just because I have so many other things going on. So Dragon Wars, D-Wars will go into the trade pile simply because I do already own it. So I guess we'll start here, just because this is the closest. Oh, very interesting. Twin Peaks, Fire Walk With Me, in a snapper case at that. So that's pretty cool. But this one, if you guys watched my, what I don't even know what I call it, I guess my 22 for 22. If you watch that video, I do talk about this one in there because one of my goals for this year is to watch the entire set that I have, which contains that on Blu-ray. So I do have that already in my collection. And that one is actually available from Criterion Collection, I believe. So, but I don't have the Criterion release. I just have it on Blu-ray with the complete series. But anyway, moving along here, a brand new one. This is 150 cartoon classics. So, this is a Mill Creek release, like old school Mill Creek. You can take a look at some of the shorts on. You know what? I think I'm going to hold on to this one. I've been getting rid of a lot of these, but this one, being brand new and having like the full 150, cartoons on here, there are some interesting names on here, things I've never even heard of before. So I think I'm going to hold on to this one. It might be fun to go through if I'm bored one day. I don't know. It just looks interesting, so I'm going to hold on to it. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. A Troma release. Teenage Catgirls in Heat. What? This sounds amazing. Troma DVD perfection. Like, that is awesome. This is one, I have no clue if it's in the right aspect ratio, but I can't imagine I will ever come across this again in my life. So I'm holding on to this one for sure. Like, how awesome is this? Oh, things like this are why I am so happy that that I was blessed to get this box in my possession, or these boxes, I should say. Oh, this is great too. Heavy metal. Oh my goodness. Okay, so is this in the proper aspect ratio? Widescreen. Yes, 1.85 to 1. This is it's an animated movie, a universe of mystery, a universe of magic, a universe of awesome good and terrifying evil. This is so cool. I have never seen this before, and this is another one. I remember, like, look at that. Oh my God, that's amazing. Like, this is another one I remember so vividly, the VHS cover, when I was going to Blockbuster way back when, and I just never rented it. So, absolutely, 100% keeping this, and I am so excited about that. I think there's like a Heavy Metal 2000 as well, which I would guess is the sequel to that. And then we have Step with Style, a workout video with Victoria Johnson. So, yep, that one I will end up getting rid of, even though I probably could use the workout on it. I'm still going to get rid of that one. Ooh, we have another one of these style of cases that I had a few in a couple boxes ago. But this is The King's Whore. So that's an interesting title. Timothy Dalton. A land ruled by the sword, a throne driven by passion, a nation seduced by the king's whore. Okay. Yes, this looks like a lot of fun. Never heard of this one before, and I'm gonna guess this is in full screen, but this is just one that, like, I'm gonna hold on to because it's another one where I don't think I'll be able to find this in any other style or any other way. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. But I guess for the time being, just to look it up, I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile just to see what's going on with it at the end of the video. But chances are I'm gonna keep it either way. But it'll go into the maybe pile for now. And then we have, IMAX NASCAR, and this is brand new. NASCAR The IMAX experience puts you in the point of view driver's seat for bumper to bumper 200 mile per hour action. Like, this is so interesting. Like, oh no, the film has been modified from its original version to fit your TV screen. Like, that is such a bummer, man. You have an IMAX release and you're going to put it on DVD in full screen? Like, why would you do that? That's disappointing. You know what? But this is another one. Maybe it's because it had the IMAX aspect ratio and then it was converted to like a widescreen. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile and see what I can find out. So I'm not a huge NASCAR fan by any stretch, but like I've tried multiple times to get into the sport because the idea of it I really find interesting. I'm not a car guy, but you know, fast races where there's just a lot of danger, like that's just interesting. Like that's entertaining. And so I've tried to get into it a few times, but it never stuck. And so I'm interested in that. I'm going to put it in the maybe pile and see what I can find out about it. Speaking of things I am typically interested in, this is Allosaurus, a Walking with Dinosaurs special. So it looks like this one is from 2000. It's only 60 minutes long. Man, I wonder, it's from BBC Video. It's kind of a cool release here. I'm trying to see if it tells me anything about an aspect ratio, but I'm not seeing anything. And given that it was initially like on TV, it's probably okay that it's full screen. So this is one that honestly, I think I'm going to hold on to it. Like, this is kind of cool. I can't get it back in there. I love like nature documentaries, which this of course is like a dinosaur nature documentary, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to hold on to Allosaurus and see what that one's all about at some point. Ooh, this looks interesting. Man of 1,000 Faces. Oh, this is awesome. The story of Lon Chaney, a Lon Chaney documentary. Like, how cool is that? And it's in widescreen edition. A snapper case. Oh, man. This is an awesome find. I have to see this. Lon Chaney is amazing. So I always cite him as being one of my favorites from the like Universal Horror, the original Universal Horror line. So definitely holding on to this one and very happy to have Man of 1,000 Faces in my collection. I feel like I'd heard about that one recently. Maybe it had a Blu-ray release or it was in some like collection that came out recently. But who knows? Anyway, we have King Kong versus Godzilla. So this is in standard full frame, formatted from its original version. So that's disappointing. Okay. So well, so I have all of the Godzilla films on Blu-ray, thanks to the Criterion release, and then just a bunch of, I don't know, you can't see them, a bunch of like the double pack releases that they have. I have like the super hard to find one. I don't remember which one that is now. So I do have this already, but yeah, just interesting to see that in there. And we have Gun Crazy with Drew Barrymore. Love made them crazy, guns made them outlaws, from the writer of Freeway. Well, this looks interesting. Tamara Davis directs this one. I cannot find anything about the aspect ratio on here, which is disappointing. Man, I just, like, given how it looks, I feel like it's going to be one of those that have been, you know, converted to standard. But I'll put it in the maybe pile and see what I can find out about it. I don't know, Drew Barrymore in what looks like it could be like a couple serial killer movie. So that sounds interesting, if nothing else. So we'll put that in the maybe pile and see what I can find out. Ooh, and then we have a Spider-Man DVD here. So this is the night. Okay, so no, that's the special features 1967 classic episode, Origins of Spider-Man. So what am I looking at here? Is this episodes from the TV series? Face off against arch rival Green Goblin and a host of his most evil foes in the ultimate villain showdown. So if this is episodes from a show, then I'm not interested in it. But if this is its own standalone, it's 79 minutes. So I'll put this in the maybe pile and see what I can find out, because I'm intrigued. I just don't want like random episodes of, you know, one of the Spider-Man animated series. So that'll go in maybe, and I'll see what I can find out about it at the end of this video. Oh, and then we have Darkness with Anna Paquin. This one is on like every multi-feature horror set you used to pick up from like, you know, Walmart, Target, and all those way back in the day. So I'm certain I have this one on one of my packs somewhere. So I will end up trading off Darkness with Anna Paquin. Oh, this is really cool. A Clive Barker adaptation, The Midnight Meat Train. So this is one that I believe I actually bought recently on Blu-ray. Let me double check real quick though. So I did it again. So I always mix up Midnight Meat Train with Night Train. And when I was at the store, I actually bought Night Train on Blu-ray thinking it was this movie, but it's not. And so I do not own Midnight Meat Train, which is a movie I've been trying to get back into my collection. Not back in. I saw it. We rented it from Netflix way back when it was new, and I liked it. Like, it's not a movie I loved or was blown away by. I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 last time I checked on IMDb, but it's a good movie, and it's a Clive Barker adaptation, so I want it in my collection. So very happy I double checked, because otherwise I would have gotten rid of this one by mistake. So Midnight Meat Train, not to be confused with Night Train, that one will go into the collection. So that's a really cool ad. Ooh, Flesh, Texas, a Guy Crawford film with Joe Estevez. Beware of small towns not on the map. So it looks like we're dealing with like super low budget here, but the type of low budget that I tend to enjoy. In the middle of nowhere lives a crazed and disturbed inbred family. Good enough. I am holding on to this one. Like I said, it looks like a low budget film, but yeah, one of the low budget types of films that I love to own. So that one will go in the collection. And then we have Gangster #1 with Malcolm McDowell. Oh, okay. Well, now you have my attention. Compelling, intense, and brilliant. Unmissable. So this one is in widescreen, which is great. This bold, innovative thriller chronicles the bloody, single-minded climb of a barbarous crime lord to power. So because it has Malcolm McDowell in it, I'm going to hold on to this one. Directed by Paul McGuigan, it looks like, from 2000. So I'd never heard of this one before, but I will definitely hold on to it. It looks really interesting, and you can't go wrong with Malcolm McDowell, one of the greats. So yeah, holding on to Gangster #1. There can only be one, so we'll see what that one's about. All right, let's just grab this one. It's easy to grab. This is G. It looks like G. Yeah, G. So I don't know what this is. Thumbs up. I dug it, from Ebert Roper. Directed by Christopher Scott Chereau. Oh man, I don't know anything about this one at all. In the seductive tale of passion, deception, and ambition. So, I don't know. Looks kind of forgettable. I will put that one in the donate pile. And just a reminder, if anything goes in the donate pile that I say I don't already have, and you think, man, that's a great movie, you need to watch it, let me know, and I can pull it back. So we have a DVD-R, a burned DVD here. Final, I don't even know, but Donner Party from PBS. That is kind of interesting. I will probably just end up tossing this one out, but the fact that it's about the Donner Party is interesting. I actually read what was it called? Beneath the something stars. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but something with stars and beneath the sky or something like that. But it was the story of the Donner Party, and that was just fascinating to read. Like, I knew nothing about the real story of the Donner Party, so I loved that book. But next up, we have The Mist, which I am 99% certain I own this one on Blu-ray already. Let me just check behind me real quick. Yes, I do own this on Blu-ray, so The Mist will go into the trade pile. I love this movie. I know the ending is kind of divisive, but I really like it. It is, depending on which one you watch, very bleak, and I really like that about it. Oh, and then we have Resident Evil Extinction. I do own, this feels very light. It is in there, though. But I do own the 4K collection, as I've said in the past, so that one will go to the donate pile. What am I looking at here? So this is called The Book of Revelation, an obsession he could not control. But look at that cover. That is jarring. That is an attention getter, to say the least. It is presented in the correct aspect ratio. He's the main character is abducted by 3 mysterious women who, after 12 days of unspeakable torment, dump him on the outskirts of the city, a broken man. What am I looking at here? I have no idea. The shocking erotic horror tale. Okay. Like, yes, I have to see what this is. What? Oh, Australian. It's an Australian film, it looks like. This is just fascinating. I need to see what this is. Like, I don't have no idea, but the must be 18 to rent, like, that has me intrigued. I don't know. This one I am holding on to because I am super intrigued on what in the world that is. Oh, then we have The Lost Boys, The Tribe. I actually watched the original Lost Boys, I guess it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago now, but man, I was blown away by it. I loved that movie. I had seen parts of it in the past. I've actually seen the whole thing in the past because my wife really liked it, but I may have fallen asleep or something the first time I watched it because I don't remember any of it on the second viewing, and I loved it the second time through. But I do own a Blu-ray that has The Tribe on it as well, and whatever the other sequel is too. So I don't need that one. Oh, okay. So this is another one I've seen a ton when I go to Disc Replay. This is the TV set, but David Duchovny, Sigourney Weaver, and Ian Grufford, maybe? So I don't really know what this is about. It's a wickedly funny satire. Deadpan David Duchovny, so that's cool. Edgy peek into the world of network television, where ratings are king and big dreams don't always fit on the small screen. This is in widescreen, so I will hold on to this because it's one, like I said, I've always seen it in the stores, but I never picked it up for whatever reason, so now I will put it in my collection because it sounds like it's a lot of fun. Oh my god, this is awesome. I do own this on Blu-ray already, but like, I don't think I've ever seen this version of this. I Spit on Your Grave, aka Day of the Woman. This is just, it's a rape revenge movie, and it is one of the like best of its genre, I guess, or its subgenre. So I'm actually intrigued to see if there are any other special features on here that are not on my Blu-ray, but honestly, it doesn't look like it. There's a second bonus commentary on here with Joe Bob Briggs. Okay. I have to put this in my, or you know what, let me just grab my Blu-ray and see if that's on that one or not. So my Blu-ray disc does have the Joe Bob commentary, so it looks like everything on there is actually on the Blu-ray disc already, so this is one that will go back right over here, and I will end up donating off, or trading off, selling probably the I Spit on Your Grave DVD. I didn't even realize those were like always in frame. Gotta love that. I always have the I Spit on Your Grave, the original, and then the remake series, which I also love. They're just brutal and bloody movies. I didn't realize they were always in frame when I'm filming here, but anyway, next up we have Tychus. It's a Global Killer, Dennis Hopper. This looks awesome. I can't even say the title. Tychus, I would guess, is the title of this one. 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio. That is super disappointing. This is from 2000. Looks like a disaster film. Like, looks awesome on the back. I need to look this one up, though. As somebody else pointed out in one of the comments, I think on the last video, is, like, keep in mind that some of these older DVDs may not have any other release, period. So I'm going to take a look at this one and just see if there's any other way to see this movie. And if not, maybe I'll hold on to it. So Tychus is going to go into the maybe pile as it makes all this dust fly around in my head, but that's the way it goes. All right. Oh my gosh. So speaking of Heavy Metal 2000, here it is. That is awesome. Heck yes, I am so happy about this. So it looks like this one actually has a different director, which is interesting. But I have to assume that this is the sequel to the... Oh no. Maybe in the tradition of the groundbreaking cult classic heavy metal comes Heavy Metal 2000. So maybe it's not a sequel. Maybe it's like a soft reboot or something. I don't know. Either way, this is fantastic. So definitely holding on to Heavy Metal 2000, and it is in widescreen. So... like, look at that artwork in there. Like, this is what I love. This is so cool. I'm such a big animation fan, so love seeing things like that pop up in these boxes. Then we have Master P in Bad Business. Someone's making a killing. Okay, so if this is a, like, slasher film, I'm in. Let me see if I can find out, though. And it is in widescreen, so that's great. As the weather gets hotter, bodies of girls start showing up dead one by one. That's enough. I'm keeping this. I never heard of this before. Never even seen this cover before. That looks awesome. I am holding on to this one, and I hope it is as good as it sounds. Oh my gosh, the dust is everywhere. This box is probably the dustiest of them all, but that's fine. And then we have Roughnecks, Starship Troopers Chronicles, the Zephyr campaign. What in the world is this? The Emmy-nominated Roughnecks is the groundbreaking sci-fi adventure series featuring breathtaking 3D computer animation. Honestly, some of my least favorite animation, but that's okay. I don't know what this is. I'd never heard of this before. It is in full screen, but I'm going to guess that's probably the original aspect ratio. So if this is like the first episodes or something like that, or if it are standalone, I'm keeping it. So what I'm going to do is put this in the maybe pile. Really cool, really interesting. But I don't want like random episodes in the middle of a series like I always say as I'm opening these, but that's awesome. I'd never even heard of that before. All right, so the last one in this portion of the box is Zellery, an epic tale of love, courage, and the will to survive. Two very different people. Oh my gosh, like it's just disgusting. Oh man. Okay, so Fall in Love, Oscar-nominated romantic epic. I've never heard of this before, and it's a romance. It's a Czech film, so that's kind of interesting. Could have a Czech film in my collection, but it's just nothing. Oh man, the dust is terrible. Nothing I see myself watching. So Zellery is going to go into the donate pile, and I need to pause as we head into the final third of this box to get some of this dust out of the air. All right, I spun my Arizona Iced Tea box around so I could actually reach the other movies, and we are starting off with an awesome one, The Swarm. Oh my gosh, please be... Oh, widescreen, yes! In a snapper case at that. I hope I can get this off. You can't even see it, but there's the sticker residue. But yes, I am holding on to this. You know what? I think I actually have the book that this movie is based off of. I think I found it at my festival book haul, I think is where you could see that book. But yeah, this just looks amazing. And the fact that I have the book that it's based on, even better. That cover art doesn't get much better than this. So, awesome. The Swarm. Heck yes, definitely holding on to that one. Just some really cool ones in this box. And then we have Devour. Don't get mad, get evil. Look at that box art. It looks super generic. Oh, but the back looks a little bit cooler. So, it isn't just a game. For months, Jake Gray has been haunted by disturbing premonitions of murder and self-mutilation he can't explain. That is, until two high school friends, Dakota and Conrad, introduce him to a mysterious online computer game called The Pathway. What? This reminds me of, like, Stay Alive. Have you seen that movie? Love it so much. It is a, like, video game where, as you play the video game, these people die in real life, and it is just so awesome. And I will be holding on to this one for sure. It's in anamorphic widescreen, so very cool. Directed by David Winkler. Yeah, this looks great. I didn't even show you the back. Like, looks much cooler on the back than it does on the front. So yeah, this is a must keep. I am really liking this box. Like, this is just some really interesting titles in here. And we have Demon Slayer. Some places are born evil. 5 troubled teens are destined to fight it. Oh, this just looks so bad on the front. Okay, let's see. I don't see anything about the aspect ratio on this, and honestly, this just looks so bad. And it might be bad in a fun way, but it looks bad in a not so fun way. So I'm gonna go ahead and trade this one. Oh my! It's on my glasses. The dust is killing me. I'm going to trade that one off. If you guys know anything about it, let me know. Even if it's just like fun bad, I'm totally good with that. That's what I love. So let me know. We have Willa Ford in Impulse. Her desire for passion ignited a deadly game of seduction. Love hurts. Lust kills. Another one in widescreen, directed by Charles T. Kanganis, I believe. So Claire Dennison is a beautiful, sensuous woman desperate to arouse her husband's desires. Oh, a fantasy roleplay game hoping to put the spark back into their marriage. But her husband takes the bait, or does he? So consumed with desire, the passion enthralls her. What? Okay. This looks intriguing as well. Like, I'm a sucker for dumb things like this, and I don't know. It just sounds interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to hold on to it. So, Impulse, also going into the collection. And we have 976 Evil, what was this, 80s, I guess, 80s gem, directed by Robert Englund, of all things. But I do own this one on Blu-ray, so that one will go into the donate/trade pile. Ooh, this is cool. Kirstie Allen and Alan Bates in Salem Witch Trial. I have heard of this before, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Directed by Joseph Sargent, with an all-star cast of Kirstie Allen, Rebecca De Mornay, Kristen Booth, Shirley MacLaine. Wow, Alan Bates dramatically revisits the 1692 colonial America and the haunting legacy it holds. I mean, yeah, this is kind of intriguing. I think I'm going to hold on to this one. It is in widescreen. It's from Echo Bridge, which typically doesn't have the best movies, but that one sounds pretty good, so I'll hold on to that. Then we have The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf, and this one is in widescreen, so that's great. Now, I had some other Howling movies over in this giant mess of a pile over here, but I want to say that was like 4 and 5. So let me check my collection real quick and see if I own this one already. It doesn't look like I own this one, so I will be holding on to The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf. I've heard a lot of things about this, and I think it's on Scream Factory. I think they released both the original and the sequel, but I want to say that one's a little bit more hard to find nowadays. Oh, and then we have Dark Harvest. Have I seen this one before? Directed by Paul Moore. I said that weird. It will scare the crap out of you. Good for them. Good for them. From 2004. I have definitely seen this, cover art before. Maybe this is one that's on a multi-pack. This is super familiar to me. Let me see if I have it in my collection already. And I do not. So I will hold on to this one. Again, just another low budget looking horror movie with a scarecrow. So I'm down for that. What's not to love there? Ooh, Cloverfield. One of my favorites. I love the found footage genre and I love Cloverfield. I do own the 4K release of that one, so I don't need it. Oh my God. Yes. This is awesome. A Masters of Horror release. This is from John Landis, Dear Woman. So I've been finding actually a handful of these. I have a whole stack over there of some of these that I picked up last month that I'm going to show you guys in the coming days here. And so the more I can get of these, the better. So absolutely excited about that one. John Landis's Dear Woman. I have to make a list of which ones I need and which ones I have. So when I'm out and about, I can know what to pick up. Ooh. WrestleManiac. I've heard of this movie, but I don't think I own this at all. Directed by Jess Baggett, but it has Rey Mysterio in it. That's amazing. Like I said, I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, and I believe this is a slasher film mixed with professional wrestlers. So I don't think I have this one. So let me just double check real quick. I don't have this. So this is an amazing add to the collection. WrestleManiac. How do you mix two of my favorite things? And I just now add it to my collection thanks to this. That's pathetic on my part, but I'm so happy to have it now. Then we have Skinwalkers, another one that's in widescreen. Looks like a vampire, obviously Skinwalker would be a werewolf film. 2 packs of werewolves remain, one that lives to hunt and kill, and the other that lives in peace with society. So this looks intriguing. It looks like it has some just attractive actors in it, which is to be expected. I know I've seen this one before, but I don't think I have it, so I will hold on to Skinwalkers. That'll go in the keep pile. Let me just go to this one next since it's at the top. Where Evil Lurks, Night Shadow. Oh, I don't know if you can make it out, but it looks like there's a werewolf on that as well. Alex, an up-and-coming TV journalist, returns to her hometown. Encounter with a hitchhiker. The murders continue. Grisly agent leads to an inescapable conclusion. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. So it's a werewolf movie. This is written and directed by Randolph Colan, I guess. Another one from Echo Bridge. So probably not the best. And I don't see an aspect ratio on it, but I'm going to guess it's whatever this DVD is, because I don't think it's going to come out in any other form. So I'm going to hold on to this. Another one for that like low budget horror collection, which I love. So we'll go to the next one here. Lucy Liu. Rise Blood Hunter. This is based on a manga or an anime, isn't it? Why do I feel like it is? Correct me if I'm wrong. You'll probably know better than I do. But Sadie Blake, a female reporter, wakes up in a morgue to find herself a member of the undead. Yes, this looks awesome. This is 122 minutes? Over 2 hours long? Wow, that's fast. Oh, it's by Ghost House Production or Ghost House Pictures, so that's really cool. Okay, it's in there. I was super light, so I was thinking it wasn't in there. I feel like this is based on an anime or a manga of some sort, but I'm keeping it. It looks awesome. And then, oh yes, Starship Troopers 3 Marauder. So yes, this is definitely one I'm keeping. One of the other ones, either the original or number 2, is in this pile here next to me. I got in these boxes before. So yeah, holding on to this one, has an awesome slip cover on it. That's a little bit shiny, which is cool. Yeah, awesome. Definitely holding on to Starship Troopers 3. Looks like we have one that is a thin case. Family Enforcer with Joe Pesci. That just looks insane. Yeah, I will end up donating that one. It just looks really silly, so that one will go in the donate pile. We have Alphabet City, shadowy and gritty, a stylish street fantasy. Okay. He's done the one thing you never do, Cross the Mob. This one is in widescreen. Vincent Spano packs personality and punch. Nerve-rattling thriller, drenched with atmosphere and episodic action that will have your heart pounding at every turn. Man, this is kind of interesting. I don't really know anything about this one either. I've never even heard of this. Directed by Amos Poe from 1984. Okay, yeah, I'm going to hold on to that. That sounds cool. I thought it was a newer one, but it's not. It's from 1984, so that is going to go into the collection for me. And like I said, it is available in widescreen as well, which is really cool. And then we have Christopher Walken and Anne Hesh in Wild Side. Going Too Far was just the beginning. This box has a theme, and this fits that theme. But it is in full screen, and I don't know, it just like looks kind of intriguing, but I don't know, a little bit boring at the same time. So I'm going to put that one in the trade pile. You're down to 3 left here. First up is Hotel, a Mike Figgis film. Lucy Liu in this one as well. Oh, David Schwimmer? What? Selma Hayek? Okay. Hotel is never less than fascinating. It dares you to look away. In widescreen, this one is 1 hour and 51 minutes. Mike Figgis, that name does not... Leaving Las Vegas, okay. Delivers a deliciously disturbing, erotically charged thriller. Like I said, this box has a theme, and this is one of those themes. There's like 2 themes. Low-budget horror and erotic thrillers, and so that this one fits the second one. So, yeah, I'm holding on to this. Looks interesting. Never heard of it before. I absolutely love David Schwimmer, so I'm going to hold on to that and see what it's all about. My stack over here is getting very precarious, so luckily we're at closer to the end here. Another one that's super dusty but looks really cool. Obey the rules or face the consequences. Breathing Room. Official selection of Horror Hound Weekend 2007. I was at Horror Hound Weekend, not 2007, maybe 10 years after that. But yeah, Horror Hound Weekend's a good horror convention. Anyway, this one is directed by John Suits. It looks like it is people trapped in a room and they have to get out. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am holding on to this one for sure. Making sure it's in widescreen, and it is. So heck yeah, that's awesome. Love the cover on that. Super simple. Okay, last one for part 1 of this box. And we... This is great. From the director of Spawn, we have Frankenfish. I love it. Welcome to the bottom of the food chain. Another one that is in widescreen, directed by Mark Dippey. Oh man, this is exactly what it looks like. It is a giant fish that's going to attack people, and I am here for it. So that one will go in the keep pile as long as I don't already have it in some collection. So I'll double check it here. But I do have like a handful of movies that are in the maybe pile. So that's the box that we're going to do for this video. We are running long already. So I'm going to go through the maybes and let you guys know what I'm keeping and what's going to end up being traded away. Okay, so that was pretty interesting, but I am going to get rid of two of these. NASCAR, the IMAX experience. This one is supposed to be like an IMAX aspect ratio, but they put it in full screen, and so I'm just not interested in that. And then this is, I did confirm, like random episodes in the middle of season 3, so I will be getting rid of Spider-Man and NASCAR IMAX experience. But that said, there are some other things here where, like, even though I just said what I said about those, I'm still keeping them. So Roughnecks Starship Trooper Chronicles. This is random episodes. I think it was like episodes 21 to 25 of this 44 episode series. But from what I'm reading, it sounds like you can watch these these arcs by themselves, because this is like the 7th DVD release of this. And so it sounds like you can watch them by themselves. And honestly, I'm never going to come across this. I would have probably no other way to see this. And I'm just intrigued on what this is. And so I am going to hold on to this one, even though it is random episodes from a TV series. I'm going to hold on to it because I'm just curious about what it actually is. And so we'll watch it and see what it's about. And then Berserker, I didn't even realize it has Craig Schaefer, which if you guys watched my video earlier this week, or last week, I guess it was, of my top 10 films from 2020, or top 10 films from 2021, film discoveries, Craig Schaefer was mentioned in that, and I will leave it at that. So I'm definitely holding on to this one. It looks like it's supposed to be full screen. It doesn't have an aspect ratio listed on IMDb, so I'm guessing it's okay. So this one is interesting, The King's Whore. It is 1.85 to 1 listed on IMDb, and this, according to my app, is full screen. There's no other release of this that I can tell. There's a VHS release, and then there's this DVD. So I have no other way of getting this movie, so I'm going to hold on to this. It's actually it was like $65 on Amazon, which just blows my mind. So I'm going to hold on to this one because I think, because there's no other way to see it, and it's Timothy Dalton, and I do plan on diving into my James Bond set at some point, like, I'm just intrigued, and it is a period piece that is supposed to be pretty good, so I'm going to hold on to that one. And the same kind of story here with Gun Crazy. I cannot tell what the aspect ratio is supposed to be, but I'm guessing it's not full screen, which this DVD is. But again, I don't see any other release of this, so I'm going to hold on to Gun Crazy with Drew Barrymore. And then, same story, Tychus. Again, there are other DVD covers that I see, but all of them are full screen. So I'm going to hold on to this one. It just sounds like my type of movie, and I need to see it. So holding on to Tychus. So basically, out of all the maybes, there's only 2 I'm going to get rid of. Everything else I'm holding on to. All right, so that is box number 10, part 1. And this was long enough. I've recorded for so long now, but I know I've paused in between some things. But anyway, this was a fascinating box to go through. I learned some things I didn't even know existed. Just a really interesting box. And so I hope you guys enjoyed going through this one and discovering what was inside it with me. We have a whole nother half of this box left, which I will talk about a week from today, so next Tuesday. And I cannot wait to see what else is in store for box number 10. So let me know down in the comments below if there's anything in here that I'm getting rid of that you guys think I should hold on to. Let me know that down below. If there's anything I'm keeping that you think is a waste of time, tell me that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you did, please give it a like down below. That really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today. Now I have to go and clear all the air of the insane amounts of dust that were in this box, which is always a blast to do. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. So I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.